Hi, I'm Dr. Y, and I'm going to show you how to make some easy hormone-friendly meals, right? So you can have some stuff done during the week. My whole practice is built on helping people get their hormones in order for fertility, for menopause, for perimenopause, just really focusing on feeding your body what it needs. So we're going to make a breakfast, we're going to make a lunch or dinner, and we're going to make snacks for the week. So you have things ready to go. You have just some things prepped and you don't have to worry about what to do about food. So we're going to start with breakfast. I'm going to show you just a really easy recipe. Eggs in the morning are so good for you. Please eat the yolks, right? Because they are the most important part of the egg. Egg whites do have a lot of protein, but you get your choline, your conjugated linoleic acid, all of the good stuff in the egg is in the yolk for you. And then the protein is in the whites. But we're gonna make some little egg muffin cups. We're gonna make ahead some great snacks for the week. I'm just cutting up some peppers and we're gonna cut up some onions. And I really wanna just make good use of your oven, right? Because you don't have to do everything on the stove and slave over the stove and saute it. We're just gonna roast things. And I'm gonna roast them all at 400 because 400 or less, we can use really good extra virgin olive oil, super important fat. So your hormones like to communicate with your cells and with each other, and they get in and out of cells because of protein and fat. So everything I make is gonna have a really good amount of healthy protein and a great amount of healthy fats. And olive oil is one of the best things you can do. It's super brain protective, just super healthy for you overall. So we're gonna chop up some of these peppers, chop up some onions, and get them in to the oven at 400. You could do 395 as well. I have some baking sheets lined with parchment paper just to make cleanup a little bit easier. So we're gonna roast a bunch of stuff. I want you to have a lot of vegetables and a lot of protein. And I'll keep telling you why, because your liver is your hormones vacuum filter, right? So if you want balanced hormones, you want a healthy liver. So we're gonna feed the liver what it needs to do its detox jobs, right? It needs protein and really healthy vegetables, a lot of good fiber. So I'm just chopping up some onions and peppers. We're gonna put these into little egg bites that you can just grab and go out the door in the morning. So you don't have to fool around with breakfast in the morning. You don't have to wake up and go mess up your kitchen doing anything. You can just heat these up. I heat them up in the toaster oven and just eat them on the way to work. So I'm just rough cutting some onions. And again, instead of sauteing them on the stove and standing there, we're just gonna shove them into the oven with a little olive oil, salt and pepper. I like to sprinkle everything with a little garlic. You could use paprika, you could use any kind of seasonings that you like. But we're gonna make these little pepper, spinach, cheese, and onion egg bites. Oh, tomatoes are gonna be in there as well. We're gonna focus on snacks as well. So I'm just gonna take some great olive oil, drizzle that down over, move this over, drizzle that down. We're gonna season this. I have a little salt. I have a little freshly cracked pepper. And let's use a little tiny bit of garlic powder. Just give it a little extra flavor, right? Smush that around, get the olive oil in there. We're gonna go ahead and pop that into the oven at 400. It's usually take about 25 minutes. Just watch it because you wanna get some good color on there. Watch your oven might be a little different. Watch until you get nice, soft, and sauteed. In the meantime, we're gonna focus on some snacks. So I have a big bowl of water here. I have a couple eggs. If you have older eggs in your fridge, they make for really good hard-boiled eggs. So I just have a couple of eggs in here. And I'm gonna make you a really easy pickled egg and beet. I'm from Pennsylvania and there's this pickled beets and eggs are everywhere in Pennsylvania. Great to just snack on, super healthy. You've got protein, you've got vegetables, you've got fiber. So I'm gonna boil up about 6 or 8 eggs, however many you want. And I'm gonna use canned beets to make this so super easy. I'm gonna put this on and bring this to a boil. I forgot the salt, I'm gonna go dump that in there. You want a good handful of salt in there. So we're gonna bring those to a boil and then we're gonna cover them and let them sit for 12 minutes. Makes a perfect hard-boiled egg. And then we're gonna just mix that with some beets, a little vinegar, a little tiny bit of sweetness. And we stick that in a jar. And then when it cools, you're gonna put it in the fridge. A couple days later, you're gonna have the best pickled eggs and beets. They're so good. I want you to have really good snacks for the week. But I also want you to think about snacking during the week. So you wanna have good snacks on hand. You don't wanna run to that machine down the hall at the office or into the office kitchen where there's a whole bunch of junk that people brought in. You wanna have your snacks prepped for the week. So I like to take some of the extra tomatoes, some of the extra peppers, and I'm gonna show you how to make a little dip later just to dip those in. So we're just getting ready to make our little egg cups, and we're just gonna pile everything into the bottom of the egg cups and pour some egg mixture on top, chuck it in the oven, forget about it for 25 minutes, and then you're gonna have breakfast for the week. You're gonna have 2 of those each week. They're filled with protein, they're satisfying. You can have a little extra vegetables on the side if you want, but just make your life easy by getting everything prepped ahead. We're gonna put a little bit of cheese in there. I have some organic sharp cheddar cheese. It's like it's not gonna tear here. So just making your life so easy. We're also today going to make mini meatloaves. And then we're gonna use that egg water that we're boiling. We're gonna pop the eggs out after they're done. And we're gonna pop some baby potatoes back in, and we're gonna make tiny meatloaves with some roasted broccoli that you also threw in the oven. And then we're gonna have lunch or dinner. You're gonna have a whole bunch of portions of this. So whenever you wanna grab something on the way to work, or you're just tired when you come home from work, you're gonna have a hormone healthy lunch or dinner. And I have some organic broccoli florets too that we're gonna get going. Again, line your sheet pan. I like to use the unbleached parchment paper. Chuck some veggies on here. Coat them with a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. You can use garlic, paprika, any kind of spices that you like. I like garlic on most things. Saves time to use a little garlic powder. You can cut up fresh garlic if you like. We're gonna cut some up for the meatloaf as well. So let's just get this in as well. We're gonna have a bunch of servings of broccoli for the week. Let's do a little bit more. This is gonna help you so much. When you have food prepped, you don't have to think about food. You don't have to think about what you're gonna do for dinner or what you're gonna do for lunch. At least some of your meals are gonna be prepped. And I like to start out the day with breakfast being prepped. It's so helpful. I can't even tell you how great it is to just have your breakfast all ready and done and not worry about it. It just starts your day off so easily. All right, I'm gonna chuck this in with the others at 400. Then we're gonna take our cute little muffin cups. I did use the oven to saute some spinach. An entire box of spinach turns out to be a tiny little amount. And I just put a little bit of butter in the pan just to keep it from sticking. And then the box of spinach, and I did put a little garlic in there as well, just for flavor. So we're gonna fill up these muffin cups with a bunch of stuff and then pour some eggs over top and bake them. Could not be easier. And I want your food prep to take you under 2 hours each week. So on a Sunday, I love to do this on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. Everybody's occupied, everybody's out running around or doing their homework. And I love to just prep all of this. I bought a little package of ham. You could use any kind of meat. You could use bacon. I often use sausage. Check on Instagram, I've got a great recipe for enchilada egg bites. It's so good. But I'm gonna keep these just a little ham and eggs, a little cheese, a little spinach. Oh, and we're gonna drop some tomatoes in there as well. We don't need to do anything with the tomatoes, just drop them in. And we're gonna season, we have the onions and peppers coming out too. We've seasoned every layer. So we really don't need to put salt and pepper directly into here. These already look so pretty. Okay. And this is just store-bought ham. I'm gonna use the rest of this for snacks for the rest of the week as well. I'm not big on 6 meals a day or snacking. I really do love the 3 meals a day. But when I'm in the clinic, I get so busy and so hungry. And if I don't have time for lunch, it's so wonderful to have really easy snacks laying around. So I'm just chopping up this ham into little tiny bites. I'm gonna drop some into these egg bites. The saltiness of this ham will flavor these as well. Right. Just drop these in here, drop them right into my little muffin cups. More. And then I'm gonna keep the rest of these in a container, grab a little mustard, and have those between patients during the week. So my patients ask me all the time, what do I eat? And I tell them what to eat, but I don't tell them how to do it. So I'm hoping this series is gonna be a really nice how-to. Here's how you do this, here's how easy it is, here's how little of a mess it is, and you have so much food prepped for the whole week. Okay, so we have the peppers and onions that came out. Look at them, they're nice and soft, a little caramely. We're gonna drop those, hold this up here. We're gonna drop some of those, just a few onions and peppers into each of the little muffin cups, right? These are so packed with veggies. You've got a good serving of veggies with 2 of these in the morning, which is great. Again, veggies, amazing for the liver, amazing fiber, amazing for hormone balance, yeah? Drop some more veggies on there. These are just packed with stuff. And I did sprinkle some organic cheese into each cup as well. If you want them a little spicier, you could come along with a little jalapenos on top. Choose whatever cheese you want. These are good with feta, with brie, any kind of cheese that you like. Make it raw and organic if you can. And then I'm gonna take, I have 9 eggs in here, and I put a quarter cup of half and half. I often use oat milk in there. You can use some of that Greek yogurt that you have left over. A quarter cup of that would be great. All right, done. You're gonna have 2 of these for breakfast. I love these silicone baking cups. I got them on Amazon, I'll link them. They're amazing and they're nice and tall. So these are still pretty warm. I'm just gonna go ahead and cool them and put them in this nice little glass container. Grab a couple of these. I did put jalapenos on a couple of them. You can heat them up in the toaster oven. You can microwave them if you want. I left them a little not super duper overcooked so that they, when they heat up, they don't get too dry. But look at these, you got breakfast. 2 of these every morning. And remember those fruits. We prepped these fruits ahead, right? So go ahead and stick them in a container with a little bit of fruit. You're good to go for breakfast. It's so easy. I promise you, you're gonna love this. It's hormone healthy. It's got fiber. It's got tons of protein. It's got really good fat. Everything you need for hormone balance.